So let's take a look. We'll just pan through the food here. We have enough for breakfast and lunch and dinner. The only thing we don't have here is that we bought a loaf of gluten-free bread and some lunch meat for the week for a simple lunch, and some Quest bars to fill out the rest of the food. But we have enough for breakfast and dinner and another meal in there if we want it. So we have our sweet potatoes, have some bananas, apples, and all this stuff. Now we're getting into the breakfast stuff. I have 2 containers of egg whites, some pre-packaged hash browns. Turn the dead down a little bit. Have all of our spices that we're going to use. So we have everything out in front of us. Then we have 2 big things of steak, top round sirloin, very lean steak. And then underneath it there we have some chicken breast. That's going to be our main protein sources for the week. So I guess the first thing we're going to do is get started with probably the one that's going to take the most prep, and that's going to be the breakfast, and we're going to make a frittata. Frittata is just like a big omelet that you cook in the oven. It makes it easy, like especially if you're on the go. Bob's going to be running right out the door when he wakes up, get a cup of coffee and head out the door, so you can have this ready to go. You can eat it cold if you want, you heat it up if you want, all right? So we're going to get this thing on the tripod. All right, guys, so I am not going to get fancy at all here today. Probably the most complicated thing I'm going to do is cut onion. Now, if you're a cook and you've been cooking for 20 years and you cook for the house, it's going to seem ridiculous that we're going over this. But I know a lot of people have never cooked, or it's intimidating. We're going to keep it super basic, all right? So a little trick on the onion. I already have half. I have it in the refrigerator. To bring out the flavor of the rest of the food. It takes a little prep compared to the rest of the stuff we're going to do here is canned and packaged and all that stuff. But the onion is going to make this frittata taste a whole lot better. A little trick for the onion, if you take it like halfway here, if it was whole, to cut it in half, slice through the middle, like that. Now it's going to be easier to dice it up. All right, so let's go in there and get that started. All right, so that's going to be our onions. Actually, I'm going to get them on now. So I'll turn, this is what the frittata is going to go in, about that deep of a dish, all right? I have the oven preheated to 400. I already have some stuff in there that I'm cooking for a separate meal. So what I'm going to do, a couple pieces of bacon left over. I'm going to use those. We're cooking for Bob really to get on a meal plan that's consistent, a little healthier in the way he's been eating, and also kind of lower fat, kind of reduce some body fat, reduce some body weight. We can definitely track this if we want to and make it, exactly know what the macros are in there. Frittatas are an easy place to put a bunch of veggies to start your day, so we're going to do that. While I'm doing that, this whole meal prep is going to take us about an hour, okay? While I'm doing that, I start thinking about the vegetables I'm going to be cooking. We have 2 bags, mixed vegetables, keep whatever you want. We got some broccoli, snap peas, watercress, whatever. We're going to steam these. So we're going to take a pot like this, and we're going to come over here, Bob. We're going to take a little bit of water. We're not going to boil them. We're going to steam them. That's all you really need. A little bit of water for 2 bags. Okay. Now, turn this on to boil. All right? When you're doing meal prep for the week, you want to try to do everything at the same time, right? Instead of just cooking the frittata and then cooking the veggies and this and that. If you get everything prepped and you're ready to rock and roll, you'll have this knocked out in an hour and a half. All right? So that's going to start boiling. And I keep the spices pretty simple, but you can use whatever you want. For the vegetables, I'm going to use a little garlic, salt, a little pepper. I'll put that in the water right now. You can't take the salt out of the food, so if you're just starting off, just go a little on the lower side. And I don't really care too much about when I put this in. A lot of times with the bags, if I'm getting ready to cook it, I'll just take it and I'll put it on the cutting board and I'll slice it. I'll even just slice the bag. Take it like that. We should have probably did this first. We're gonna get the sweet potatoes ready to go in the oven. Freaking hate microwave sweet potatoes. I think they taste awful. tastes like steamed or something. If you put the sweet potatoes in the oven, they're roasted. They're nice and sweet. They have like a molasses taste to them. Take a baking pan, whatever you have laying around. You can even use the one like this that I have the bacon on from before, and place it in the bottom of the pan. Take another piece of tin foil and put it over top. So that takes care of not having to wrap each one of them individually. How you can tell sweet potatoes are done? Most times you can smell them. You smell the sweet potatoes. When you start to smell the sweet potatoes, they're done. In about an hour, I'll go in and just poke them and see if they're nice and soft. Cook this turkey bacon. That's going to be one of our source of protein with the frittata. YouTube some stuff about knife skills. All right, you don't want to hurt yourself with the knife. One thing you want to think about with a knife, right? You want a sharp knife to work with. Don't ever cut towards you, right? It's always away from you. Carbs for breakfast, we bought some packaged hash browns, right? You know, the paleo police probably don't like these, but they're close enough for me, man. They got some additives in there, whatever, but they'll get you in the right ballpark. No fat.
We're trying to keep it simple too.
Keep it simple, right? Keep it simple. Could we make our own hash browns? Yeah, that would take us another 35-40 minutes probably to peel the potatoes, shred the potatoes, all that stuff like that.
Right.
So we're not going there this week. Maybe sometime in the future. Just stirring these guys up. Now, so we have our veggies are done already. Sweet potatoes are in the oven. We're working on the frittata. The other two major things we got to cook here is our steak and our chicken breast. All right. So probably as soon as this is looking pretty good. And I set this, I'm going to go out and light the grill. If you don't have a grill, you can do it in the broiler. That's the same thing for a steak. Broiler is in the oven.
It's at the bottom?
It's at the bottom or the top, depending on your oven.
Oh, is that right?
And this one is on the top, sometimes on the bottom.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
All right, so this turkey bacon will be done and ready to eat in like 2 or 3 minutes. So I don't have to cook it like 100% through because it is going to go in the oven for about 20 minutes. But what I want to do now is get these potatoes in there so they crisp up a little bit. If we wanted to, we can get the tablespoon out, how much is going in. But that right there, 1, 2, that's about a tablespoon. About 2-second pour of the olive oil, that's about a tablespoon. Know that the grill is going to be ready in about 5 minutes, so why don't we get the steak ready? Alright, so I have it on the plate. I'm going to pop over here and grab probably my favorite seasoning for steaks, Montreal steak seasoning. Makes it taste real good. I'm pretty liberal with my seasonings, especially when you're cooking lean meats. they're not going to taste as good on their own. So season the hell out of them. It's a little bit salty. You can buy a less salt version, got like 50% less salt, but I like it. I just douse it on there. So if I wanted to, I could even throw some green veggies in there, like some spinach or something. But I probably should have chosen a little bit bigger of a pan, because if I put the spinach in there now, it's going to be too much.
Right.
So I'm gonna toss the bacon that already cooked on the top there.
That's the bacon we took out earlier.
That's the bacon we took out earlier. Probably should have threw this in a little bit earlier, maybe even with the onions, the garlic, but no big deal. It's gonna go in the oven and cook. So let's get a little bit in there. Don't cook. Again, minced garlic in a jar, guys. I'm not taking garlic, peeling it, chopping it, all that stuff. Does that garlic taste better? A lot better. But this is like 90% of the taste, or 85%, okay? We're not looking for 5-star restaurant food here. Salsa. One of my secret weapons for getting vegetables in, guys. Salsa is awesome. Fresh sauce is great, but this sauce is pretty good. There's not a lot of preservatives in it. We have in this jar tomatoes, peppers, carrots, onions, cilantro, orange juice, habanero peppers, lime juice, garlic, dried onions. A lot of vegetables in one jar. And all I'm gonna do with this is when we get the eggs in there, I'm gonna pour it in there. Got 2 containers of egg whites. We're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna see if we need 2 containers, but we're gonna use the whole thing, even if not. You're using
And how many eggs is in one container?
So 20 egg whites. 20 egg whites. So if you're looking at 5 days, so 4 egg whites each day. That's pretty good already on its own. I like a little bit more protein than that in the morning, but don't forget we had turkey bacon in there, so we're good to go. We'll probably just throw one of them in there. I'm shaking it up just to mix them up, get a little more frothy. Tasted better. They would have beat up a little bit better. They would have aerated. You know, it would have been a fluffier thing and all. But okay, now I'm gonna let that hang out because I needed to get crisp around the edges. That's gonna take about 5-10 minutes, maybe something like that. That's just gonna hang out. You want to monitor it though. You don't want it to burn. I turned it down just a hair up there. Stuff, put a wet towel underneath. Just gonna make sure the cupboard doesn't slip around and don't hurt yourself.
Okay.
That's a wet towel.
That's good to know.
All right. I rinsed it off. I turned it on the other side because I'm gonna use meat on it. All right. Yeah, you should have separate cupboards for meat and vegetables. Couldn't find the other one. You're gonna be fine, I promise. Now, get ready for the chicken breast. That's another one of our big sources of protein for the week. This is the way you want your hand when you're cutting something, okay? So, I'm just going to chop this chicken up into small pieces. That's all I'm doing here. Yep, and they're going to wind up being about that big. It's about 1/2 inch.
Perfect.
So that's just regular old bacon. Put it in the oven, 400 degrees. It's in there for 15 minutes or so. You gotta check on it so you don't burn it. Bring it out, drain the bacon fat, you're done. The bacon doesn't curl up like it does in the pan or anything like that. It's perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so big fan of the Montreal stuff, Montreal steak, Montreal chicken. Use whatever you want, guys. But again, I like a high.
But put some seasoning on.
Oh yeah, definitely season it up. It's lean. You have to. It's
Okay.
lean. You have to season it up. So let's. I'm just gonna take it here.
Okay.
Douse it with seasoning. Again, I like my stuff super seasoned. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit salty.
I'm okay with that.
Yep.
I'm sure we're all pretty okay with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it and mix it up. Medium high. That's gonna start, and I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna put the steak on. Chicken's gonna go in here. All I'm doing now with the chicken, I'm just gonna turn. So the steaks are done. Oh yeah, they're done. Done deal. Let's get them off. Yeah, I can feel that. That's more like on the rarer, like medium-ish rare side, but
Okay,
that's
perfect.
good for lean
That's
stuff,
what we
man.
like.
Take it off. Done deal. I'm gonna leave that grill on. Let's take a peek at this. That's the finished product.
Oh man.
It's gonna be solid. I can feel it. It's gonna be a little red on the inside. Good deal. All right, cool. That's finished product for steak. Okay, guys, chicken's just about done. Come on over. I'm sure you have to tell if that's done or not. We turned it around 5 or 6 times since you left us. I'll take a piece out. I'll choose one of the bigger pieces. So then these big pieces done when everything's done, right? So I'll take it. I should be able to chop it just with a spatula.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Just cut.
And
It's cooked all the way
it's
through.
cooked all the way through. How you can tell if you push on it, the liquid comes out as clear. Good to go.
Okay.
All right, done deal. And I think our frittata is almost done too. Oh yeah, we're good. Nice and crisp. Nice and crisp, looking good. All right, take this out.
Oh wow.
Our frittata is done. Chicken's done. Frittata's done.
It looks good. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. Those are some big records, man. So what you'll do with that when you're done, you're gonna cut it up just like a pizza. Nice little slices, and that's gonna be your breakfast. We have the steak already over here. We're gonna put all the chicken in here. We have the vegetables ready to rock and roll. We're good to go. What I was telling Bob is that you can just take all the stuff we cooked. This is the basics. You have vegetables, you have carbs, you have protein, you have your fats. You're done. You don't have to get any fancier with it. But if you want, you can use this chicken in tacos. You can use it in salads. Whatever you want to do with it, really. That's what I do during the week usually. This is my meal prep. It's pretty much what I eat all the time. I did it for my bodybuilding prep. Same foods. I can add fat to it, so I can add guacamole to make a higher fat meal, whatever. But this is basic. You don't have to do anything else. You're done for the week. So that's pretty much it.
And it all cooked at the same time. Like
same time.
Like we're under an hour right now.
We're under an hour.
I think
we're under an hour. All we're doing now is waiting on the sweet potatoes to get done. All right, guys. So since I had the stuff prepped already, let's show you a little fancier meal for the week. Making bacon, apple, turkey burgers for Joyce. It's an autoimmune protocol for paleo. But it's really just a delicious meal, honestly. So
it sounds like it.
What I did is I had some bacon fat. I put some bacon fat in there. I'm gonna put the onions in. They're gonna cook up nice. I'm gonna take the bacon that I cooked earlier, chop it up into like bacon bit-sized pieces. Take this, and then I have some ground turkey with seasoned just a little bit of salt, because there's a lot of salt in that bacon. I'm gonna toss that in there. So these onions are gonna cook. And then, once they're brown, and they're almost there, another 2 minutes, I'm gonna throw the apples in there, toss them around, let them brown up with it.
Apples with the onions.
Apples with the onions.
All right.
And then I'm gonna take.
That's some fancy cooking.
Now we're getting fancy, right? Now we're getting fancy. And then I'm gonna put that in with the bacon and the turkey. Put it together with my hands, form hamburgers with it, and put it on the grill. And so I don't think we need to see all that. We'll show you the finished product maybe.
All right.
Okay?